Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. Welcome to my floor. It is currently like 5:30, so the sun is kind of going down, so I'm kind of like trying to get as much as I can. And also I just kind of want this to be a chill video, so we're on my floor. Anyway, I have a big beautiful book haul to share with you guys today. Maybe I will title that as the video. That would be super funny. Anyway, if you hear noises, my dogs, Jasper is currently drinking. So these books are all brought to you by my good friend Savvy, and I will put up her information here or link it below, what have you, if you are interested in following her. She's not really like a creator, but she just sends me books, which I still have yet to understand. I just don't have money ever, so I really haven't been able to buy myself many books at all recently, especially because it is summer, which means I am not teaching dance, which I am starting in a couple weeks, thank God, but I currently only have like one part-time job income, which is fine. We can make it through the summer, but by the end of the summer I get a little nervous, but we are starting dance soon, so I will have some extra cash. But anyway, I am genuinely so grateful. Savvy, I know you're watching this. I'm not really good at showing how grateful I am for things. I'm very bad at that, but I am so grateful. I have read so many books that I would never have picked up or heard of if it had not been for Savvy sending them to me. And we have some more here that I'm super excited to talk about and get into. So let's start out with, I don't know, I guess we'll just go straight off the top. The first book we have is A Dark and Drowning Tide by Allison Saft. A lot of these are like fall recommendations and kind of moody atmospheric stuff. So this one, I think I can't even tell you what one I'm most excited for because I'm so excited for all of them, but this one this is like a dark twist on Emily Wilde, it feels like. So basically the elevator pitch on the back here is: a sharp-tongued folklorist must pair up with her academic rival to solve their mentor's murder in this lush and enthralling sapphic fantasy romance. I'm excited. I'm so excited for this one. I love folklore, I love mythology and everything. I love stories like that. So I'm absolutely so excited for this, and it's fairly short, so I feel like I could get through this fairly quickly. It's a little over 300 pages. But yeah, this has like everything I love: murder mystery, sapphic romance, folklore, and an academic rival. So that hits all the check marks, and I'm so excited for that one. I also think that one has been one that is like not necessarily on my TBR, but I like keep seeing it and I'm like, I think I'd like that. So just more proof that Savvy knows me better than I know me. So yeah. Next up are two that I'm very intrigued by. Not normally my taste, but we will see how they go. I'm excited. And those would be the Pumpkin Spice Cafe and the Cinnamon Bun Bookstore. These I am saving for October because these are going to be the perfect October reads, and I can't wait. I do definitely need something lighter though for when I finish Onyx Storm again. I'm gonna need something light after that. So these I think will be great for that. This is not normally my cup of tea, if you will. I don't generally reach for contemporary romance or contemporary, like this style book. You know, this feels very like millennial, not millennial, but like 45-year-old woman romance. Which, no hate to the 45-year-old women, but not usually my cup of tea, but I'm very intrigued about these, and I hope they are going to be super atmospheric. I'm betting they will be, but yeah, very, very excited about all of that. Next one, I did read the back. I read the back of all of these, but then it just leaves my mind right after. Next up, we have, I love this cover, Crueler Mercies by Marin Chase. I also love the name Marin, which there's also another name in here that I really like, right? Or is it the other one? Was it this one? There's a book here, might be the next ones I'm going to talk about. The main character's name is Maeve, and I love that name. Anyway, I love the name Marin too. This one is a fantasy. Love that. So this one is about a girl who is a princess, and her mom kills her father, and then she is forced into exile, and she fades into obscurity with her only friends, the crows that visit her window, which I love crows. I love ravens. Can you tell? But anyway, 11 years later, she is given the choice to marry an enemy general, granting his legitimacy to take the throne, or die as the forgotten princess. Then she meets this lady in waiting who introduces her to alchemy. Period. I'm so excited. I've never heard of this book, but yeah, this one sounds like I'd like it. I mean, maybe I am a simple person, I don't know, but this cover is so freaking beautiful. Like, are you kidding me? That's gorgeous. I'm very excited for this. Anyway, next is a duology, I presume, or a series, but it's the first two, at least, in the series. I think it might just be a duology. Anyway, that is The Dread Descendant and The Dread Prince. These, first of all, these covers eat also. I mean, girl, look at those nails. Look at those nails. You can't see. Anyway, listen, I'm so excited for these. I'm so excited for these. Okay, so the first one, this one. Okay, this one has Maeve. Maeve and Malachite. Are you kidding me? Yeah. Okay. This takes place at a magical university. I love that I read what all of these were about literally last night and then promptly forgot everything. But I just need like a little, a little remembering. Anyway, this is at a magical university, and this is in a separate like fantasy world, again. So Maeve Sinclair is content to study practical magic, at least until Malachite Purr, the youngest supreme magical in history, makes a tempting offer to train her in combative magic instead. I know that word, just never said it out loud. And then they find themselves on a hunt for magical objects that haven't been seen in centuries, while the prophecy of the Dread Descendant unravels around them. And then it says the words Forbidden Union, which okay. I'm so excited for these. I just love a good fantasy with a forbidden romance. I mean, that's like all they're making right now. Like, we've got like a forbidden romance fantasy or factory going on somewhere, and they're just pumping out books, but I'm not complaining at all. So yeah. Next up we have a young adult, which is intriguing. It's been a minute since I read a young adult book, and it's been an even longer minute since I read a new to me young adult book. I do a lot of rereading. Actually, I did just read Once Upon a Broken Heart. I liked those books. They were cute. Anyway, $22 for a hardcover young adult book is insane. I'm sorry, I just looked at the price of this. That's crazy. This is Immortal Consequences. We'll just talk about the book, by Ivy Marie, which is a killer name. First of all, I love that. It's like V, like initials, IV, and then Marie. Love that. This one is really pretty, actually. We'll talk about that first. The end pages, the edges are sprayed pretty. Anyway, this one is also a school, magical school. This one, again, I read what this one was about and then promptly forgot. So this is a school located on the fringes of the afterlife. Once a pupil enters the academy's arched gates, there is no way out except for the decennial. Once in a decade celebration. I've never heard that word before. Decennial. Decennial? That's a new one. Anyway, once in a decade celebration in which a single worthy student is tested and given a choice: graduate and join the school's magical elite, or cross over to the mysterious other side. This time, though, the rules have changed. This decennial isn't a celebration, it's a competition, and there can be only one victor. This is kind of giving all of us villains, I feel like, kind of, a little bit, which I really liked that one, actually, back when I read it, and I never finished that duology. So yeah, this I'm very intrigued by. 6 rivals, 1 victor. Eternity is only the beginning. So this seems like the first in a series as well, obviously. Okay, it just came out this year, so to be determined. Okay. Twinsy. Anyway, yeah, I'm super excited for this one, and I'm intrigued to get into some young adult again. Okay, moving on. We have another, like, kind of duology, same world vibe. Also with sprayed edges, and that is The Spell Shop and The Enchanted Greenhouse by Sarah Beth Durst. I did get an arc of The Spell Shop before it first came out, and I did like it. This is like a cozy, like Legends and Lattes kind of vibe, but cozier, but like cuter, if that makes sense. This one takes place in this fantasy world. This girl, isn't this the one where her library, yeah, she's a librarian, and her library in this war is burned down, and so she flees to this island that her mom or her parents were from, and there she meets, it's kind of like small town romance vibes, but in this fantasy world. And it's super cute, and she ends up opening the spell shop out of her house. It's very, very cute. I had a lot of fun with it. It's very much a palate cleanser from a lot of my traumatizing fantasy that I've been reading lately. I really liked this one. It was super, super cute. And then I presume this is like the, not sequel, but like companion is the word I'm looking for. And presumably this takes place in an enchanted greenhouse. I am really excited to read this one. It seems like a little bit more magical, because I don't know if that's possible, but I like the vibes here. I'm getting more wintry, so maybe I'll save this one for December or something like that once it starts snowing. But these are super cute together, and their edges are adorable, and I love them so much, and I am so excited to own them and have those to reread whenever I'm feeling sad in the winter time, in the fall time. Okay, now we're gonna get into Savvy Knows Me Better Than I Know Myself, because the next few books are crazy. I guess we'll talk about the next one, which I have mentioned a million times I want to read and I need to buy a copy of, but that is Hungerstone by Kat Dunn. I finally own this book. When I was opening this box of books, I was already emotional. I saw this one and I'm not even joking, I started crying, because this has been on my Amazon wish list for so long. It's been like sitting in my cart since it came out. I'm not even joking. Since it came out at the beginning of the year. And I just have not really been able to justify paying like $20 for a book. And it's really frustrating, even though I really wanted to read it. My library did not have a copy, so I would just kind of sat and stewed in it for months and months. But now I have a copy, and I am halfway through it already. I was so excited to get this. I had to start almost right away. This one is a retelling of Carmilla, which is the vampire story that inspired Dracula, and it is sapphic, and it is so good. I read it a while ago, but I do remember liking it, and I got the overall vibe, and I was just too excited to have finally gotten this one to even bother rereading it before I went into this. I just had to start. But I'm really liking this one so far. It's very creepy, it's very moody and atmospheric, which I love, and it's just so fun. It takes place in the 1880s, and we follow our main character who is trying to be like an upstanding lady of society, and her husband is maybe cheating on her, and there's this mysterious woman that they rescued from a carriage accident that is now staying with them. We're just gonna leave it there. But I'm really enjoying it. I love this book so much. I was just so excited to finally have a copy, and it just feels unreal to be holding it. But yeah, I will certainly let you guys know what I think of it in my wrap-up video, which will be going up after this one. It's still the 29th today, but I'll be filming it soon and then posting it, so it's probably going to be the next one that goes up. But I just can't believe I own that. Next, we have literally the next two are ones that I got from the library the day before these arrived in my mailbox. And I just think that's so funny. And that is Bury Our Bones in the Midnight Soil by V.E. Schwab is the first one. And then Catabasis by R.F. Kuang is the second one. So we'll talk about this one first. It is another vampire story. I feel like this October is going to be a very vampire month for me. I have a lot of vampire books that I want to read and get into and all that, especially since I just finished the second duology in the Crowns of Nyaxia series. I'm just kind of like on a vampire kick, so I'm super excited for this one. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to, but I think I might save this for October. I have to like make a list of everything that I want to read in October and see if that's even feasible first, so we will see, but I'm super excited to read this one. So the back of this one says, 3 young women, their bodies planted in the same soil, their stories tangling like roots. One grows high and one grows deep and one grows wild, and all of them grow teeth. And I believe, yeah, these all take place in different times. So 1532, 1827, and 2019 in Boston. That's my name. I'm super excited for this. I'm also excited because this is a signed copy. I'm so excited for this. I love V.E. Schwab, love her writing style, love literally everything she puts out. So I just know I'm gonna love that one. So I'm kind of like mentally preparing for loving it and being heartbroken by it probably. But yeah. And then we have, like I said, Catabasis by R.F. Kuang, which again, I am foaming at the mouth to start reading, and I probably will start reading this one after I finish Hungerstone because I'm just too excited. This one is a kind of Greek mythology inspired story about a girl who goes, she's at this school and like, okay, 2 graduate students must put aside their rivalry and journey to hell to save their professor's soul, perhaps at the cost of their own. So Catabasis is the story of a hero's descent to the underworld. So it's giving Orpheus and Eurydice. Kind of, just a little, which is not promising for my feelings on this book, and my emotions, but it is giving Orpheus and Eurydice. If you don't know me, I am the biggest Greek fan, ancient Greece fan. Like, I love mythology and I love all that stuff, and I'm the biggest nerd about it. So I am super excited to read this. R.F. Kuang is literally like, if I were to aspire to be literally anyone in this world, it would be her. She's so smart, and the way her writing the way she writes is so intelligent and beautiful, and I don't know, I just love her. Like, it's starting to become a little parasocial, the way in which I love her. Just saying. But anyway, and then finally, the final book we have to talk about is actually insane. I don't even know if I ever mentioned this book on my channel or anywhere, which is what's a little creepy about it. But it does seem like something I would like. But it's just a little creepy, and I'll explain to you why. And that is The Will of the Many by James Islington. Please feel free to let me know if I mentioned reading this on my channel, because I think I read one chapter of this and it was a little too much for me at the time. But here's the thing, this has also been sitting in my Amazon cart ever since then, because I want to give it another try. I borrowed it from the library first. I wanted to give it another try because it just so much seems like something I would like, and I want to give it a good effort. And it's so strange. I kept putting this one off too, because it was just a little too much more than I wanted to spend on a book. And it's just so strange that Savvy sent it to me. It's like, it's genuinely like she's inside my brain. It's getting a little creepy. But yeah, I'm so excited to own this and give it another try, because I do think I'm gonna love it when I do try it again. This one, I'm gonna read you the inside flap, because it's hard to explain a book when you've read like 2 chapters of it. Like, you're not actually explaining the plot, you're just explaining those chapters, and it doesn't really make sense. I tell them my name is Vis Telemus. I tell them I was orphaned after a tragic accident 3 years ago, and that good fortune alone has led to my acceptance into their most prestigious school. I tell them that once I graduate, I will gladly join the rest of civilized society in allowing my strength, my drive, and my focus, what they call will, to be leached away and added to the power of those above me, as millions already do, as all must eventually do. I tell them that I belong, and they believe me. But the truth is that I have been sent to the academy to find answers, to solve a murder, to search for an ancient weapon, to uncover the secrets that may tear the Republic apart, and that I will never, ever cede my will to the empire that executed my family. Anyway, that's like pretty much it. Iconic. What I read of this, I do think I liked. I think it was just a little too fantasy-y for me, and I just was not at the time in a fantasy mood. This was before I got like way back into fantasy. So I am so excited to reread this. I really liked the world here and how kind of the power was in like a pyramid system almost. So like basically the common people had like no will and gave it all to the higher ups, and the higher ups gave it was like a pyramid scheme of will and power. So yeah, I am just so, again, excited to own this book, and yeah, I can't wait to get back into it. This one's a chunky one, so we'll see exactly when that happens. Yeah, it's about 600 pages. Not horrible. $30 for an adult fantasy book. What does this world come to? It's ridiculous. Anyway, that is all the books I have to talk about here today. Once again, thank you so much to Savvy for sending these to me. It actually means so much, and it is so cool to read books that I would normally never have even heard of before. So yeah, I'm so grateful always, and please feel free to let me know your thoughts on any of these books, or whatever you may want to say. If you want to just say hi in the comments, that's fine too. That's cool too. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for hanging out with me for this little time, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.